All right, this is something that I had no clue about and is very, very important to talk about in terms of rerolling. And by the time you're seeing this, you could be like relatively close to be done. But the thing is, you could work on your pulls for free for another 2 weeks for the early gacha. And let's just go into that right away and explain a couple things. Alright, so when you're here, you could actually go to the event rules and you see it stops November 20th. So for people who want to claim it right now and they're like, oh, I just have an SSR, should I claim it now? First of all, no. First of all, definitely not, because if you actually check in the gacha details, right, you could get Itadori, right? You could get Inumaki, you could get Gojo, right? And you could also get Nobara. Those are the four, I'd say, biggest picks right now in terms of the SSRs. So even if for right now you haven't gotten that lucky, remember you have 2 more weeks to try and get an SSR from here, which in some cases is way better than an SR, okay? And you could check out the tier list to see which you should go for, of course. But I would definitely say that this is something you should do. You have 2 more weeks. I and a lot of other people thought it just ended the minute the gacha came out. But of course, if you got SSRs, then you could take it. But if you didn't, then of course, it's very important to actually kind of continue along with it. Now then, this is very important. Basically, they have been notified of login issues. So there's a lot of things that are very important in terms of the rewards. So please make sure you use your actual email to log in and claim all the rewards. Apple and Google login are not the same, even if they share the same email. So basically what they mean is when you signed in, you had a certain email. Okay, you had to put an email and it was not through Google and it was not through Apple. That email that you logged in with, that you have access to your backpack with, is the one that you're going to need to actually use that email into Bilibili, not into Google Play, not into Apple. When you sign in, it had to be through Bilibili. So let's say you started through Apple or through what was it, Google Play? Yeah, Google. So it won't actually process the rewards, which is something they definitely should have let us know. But you will, you genuinely just need to, right? You need to use the actual email. From what they said here, Apple and Google are not the same, even if they share the same email, right? It needs to be the one that you logged in inside here, right? And then you have to put this email inside the Bilibili login and not this one. So please keep that part in mind. So at this point, you might be seeing this video, which it's coming out pretty early. I feel like I'm releasing this pretty early, like 12 hours after launch, maybe 11. And I definitely think people need to know this, right? It's very important that you could continue doing your tasks, right? Download the game and you download it and you get an extra 10, man. An extra 10. So just for fun, we could do a full multi. If I get something good, I already claimed. Don't give me something good. This is just going to be... Okay. Yeah, my luck is bad. My luck is bad. I've done over like 120 pulls now. So you could get a lot, right? You have 2 more weeks. You could easily get access to another 50 pulls and get something, right? Like easily 50 probably for the next 2 weeks, considering I just got 20. And you'll be able to get way better stuff. Now to create the character, it's the same thing as I just said. It has to be inside. You have to log, when you're playing the game, you log in with the email you logged in through here, okay? When you log in and create the account through the email you logged in right there, then when you have your name in game, when you have your name, you're gonna be able to press on this and it's going to give you the server. When you choose your server, which for me was NA, it's going to immediately put in your character name info, which immediately I put in NA, and then right away, it put in my Gikku YT name. Right away, because it already had my server, it already had my email because I logged in through Bilibili, then I logged in through Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade with the same email in Bilibili, and then I created my character, I think that's what they called it, I forgot, and then when I created the character, you put in the server that you're in, and then if it's the same email that you logged in here and in the game, then it's going to launch immediately into the character, and then when you press claim, it's going to give you these rewards inside the game. So now that we understand that, we have to also talk about the fact that we need to kind of make sure we get the max of everything. You have 2 weeks, okay? Now then, if you have even just Gojo, right, that's great. But then there's also the fact you could get Gojo's... it's basically his, right? You could get Gojo's recollection bits, right? And this one's really good because it's going to increase his damage on his ult by 80%, okay? Just any curse technique, any Jujutsu ult is going to be increased by 80%, okay? And then when it's at dupe 1, at the start of a wave, you get 200 ult gauge. So for multiple waves, this is going to give you like a free almost extra ult. Like a 3-wave part is going to give an extra 600, which could be half of an ult just from this. So it's a very strong one with pretty high cursed technique considering everything. And I got a lot. I got a lot. Like, what, I got 3? I think I got 3 total. So, like, yeah, I got pretty lucky. And you want to be able to, like, you know, if you have 2 weeks and you're not really stressed for that, you really do want to be able to kind of maximize on that, because this is just an extra free SSR for either main character or recollection bit. Now, I'd say focus more on the character. The recollection bit, I like the Sukuna domain one, the Malevolent Shrine. For example, we could go to Memory, Rarity, pop, and here. So this one is going to give Taijutsu, which could be good for Itadori, right? And then it's going to give it's going to give a damage increase on the ultimate, right? So this is going to be a pretty good one for Itadori, all things considered. But then you could go for other ones, and I'm going to have a video very shortly about recollection bits, which, considering it's going to be here in less than 6 to 8 hours from now, you should be fine considering it's an early gacha, right? So in total, you're going to probably in the next 2 weeks be able to get at least another like 40 to 50 pulls, right? I'm going to put 50 in the title, but you could get at least another 40 to 50 pulls, and it's going to be very, very, very important that you do your tasks every day, just in case, to be able to get your extra SSR for free, right? These are just free pulls that you're able to do, and hopefully get Gojo. And like, it's going to be good, even if you get 1 SSR. The thing is, dupes do a lot in this game. You could see my Gojo is dupe 3, Yuji dupe 0, right? They are similar levels. He's 39, he's 45. And Gojo is almost double the power, almost double because of dupes. And then these two are almost matching Yuji because of their dupes, respectively, right? If you check it, Awakening, you could see just how much you get, right? So for 1, you get 25% increase, then it goes 35, then 40. Like a 40% stat increase is just uber powerful. So even if you get an SSR dupe, that's fine. But I would wait to get either, if you don't, like in game, you could start your summons. The way I would do this, start your summons, do your like 2 multis, 3 multis. Then once you get your SRs, you see what you're missing. I would try and get either one or the other of Yaga or Nanami, or both, right? With some other SRs, maybe Yuki, Rare, or SR. And then like I'd be set for that. Maybe 1 tank between Miwa and one of the pandas, right? Now, you fill in the gaps. You either fill in one of the support gaps if you really need it, if you're gonna, like, if you're sure you're stopped summoning and you're gonna summon for Yuta, great. And then there's also the fact that if you get another SSR, well, then you could also dupe it out. And if it's an SSR you're gonna use, even if it's not Gojo, if it's Nobara, right? If it's Itadori, right? If it's Panda, if it's for some reason, I don't know why I always forget his name, Inumaki, right? You're going to be able to just kind of dupe it out and increase their stats if you're going to use them. So that is another very, 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 very important thing. Now, for the recollection bits, also very important dupes. I'd say recollection bit dupes are more important because 1 dupe gives you the passive. For example, getting 1 dupe on him gives the 200 alt gauge per turn, per wave. So that is a very strong one, right? Just being able to get that. And then for this one, it's... Man, I hate when it does that. So for this one, it's going to give... recovers 10 cursed energy for all allies when battle starts, which is actually really strong because sometimes you're going to be lacking on the cursed energy. So getting extra dupes for stuff like this, the first dupe on these could sometimes be more powerful if you see that it is a good dupe, right? You could use your judgment and see if it's a good dupe or not, or you could ask around, right? But in general, I'd say going for dupes is very strong in this game if you can. So I do some summons, see what I get, and then from there, either build your account to either some more SR supports, the ones that I mentioned, or check out the tier list, right, that I posted, or dupe some units out like SSRs, mainly SSRs. You have 2 weeks, so I would profit from it as long as you can, okay? That's basically it, right? And yeah, I mean, I'm going to link this down below. Continue doing the early gacha, please. If you haven't claimed it yet, please don't claim it. It's very important. Very important. Get as much as you can because you'll be able to get at least another 40 to 50 pulls from this.